Food waste is harsh on our environment. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says food makes up 18% of landfills in Minnesota.
And when that food breaks down, it produces methane, which we know is a potent greenhouse gas. And it's not just a Minnesota problem, of course. The nonprofit ReFed estimates 35% of all food produced in the U.S. went unsold or uneaten in 2019. And it's hurting our wallets, too.
The MPCA says a family of 4 in Minnesota could save $1,200 a year by reducing their food waste.
At the same time, we have neighbors in need. 1 in 12 households in Minnesota experiences food insecurity that could be alleviated by something called food rescue. So I followed along on a food rescue mission that's happening on a huge scale here in our community.
5 days a week. Carl Bartel from Second Harvest pulls in and loads up at this Cub Foods in Lakeville.
This is the dairy product right here. The guy, I talked to him about it and he nicely stacked it up on a cart for me. Each day it's a different amount. Sometimes I get nothing. Sometimes I get a pallet.
It's a food rescue mission in action to keep this stuff out of the landfill. And he's not done yet.
I go to 8 places a day. All my stores are Cubs. I've gone to Sam's Clubs. I go to Sam's Club today. I go to Costco. I go to Lunds Byerly's.
All of this will go straight to a local pantry today.
We will bring that to 1 or 2 food shelves that are close within the community. We want the product that Cub has donated today to be part of someone's meal tonight. It's a win for the environment. We rescued 37 million pounds of food last year, and I don't even know what that would look like in a landfill, but none of it went there.
Nearly 10 million pounds of it came from 68 Cub locations around the state.
For Cub, it's about the community.
So how does Cub decide what stays and what goes?
And what are you looking for?
Cosmetics, blemishes, sizing, if you get something that's maybe a little bit wrinkled.
During our sweep, Andy Matthews, a retail operations manager, spots a pepper to pull for food rescue.
Here's a great example. That one just probably fell and got nicked on the corner.
Yep.
You know, we wouldn't sell that, but that absolutely can be eaten.
He says to cut waste, they start with precise ordering. And from there, employees check shelves 3 to 4 times a day, pulling less than perfect items.
These all look really, really good apples, but there are a couple. If you look over in this section, you can tell this one has just a little bit of a dent on it.
And once those picks are pulled, there are options.
We have a cut fruit program, so we can take a pineapple, we can cut it down and repurpose it and sell it. Some of the stores do have juice programs.
Some go into animal feed barrels that farmers pick up.
From there on, we'll go into composting. It gets to a point where there's things that we don't sell, or a packaged salad or something like that. That's where it starts going to Second Harvest.
Cub Foods is donating product from every department. So this beautiful produce, deli, dairy, meat, we're providing really wholesome meals together for families.
And more families are looking for help. Food shelf partners tell Second Harvest visits are up as much as 30% right now.
Prices are up and families are really struggling. It's a really great way to incorporate this partnership into the community.
Having a partnership with Second Harvest allows us to get this food out into families' homes that need it, which is very important to us. And I think for our associates too and employees that work here, they really do value that.
That's a good morale boost, they told me. So Cub has been part of the food rescue program since 2007. So think about it. If they're donating roughly 10 million pounds of food a year, that's 150 million pounds of food that have skipped the landfill and gone to our neighbors in need. Think about that. That is a working solution. That is being smart as a community, Mike.
Oh, that is so cool. Like you see them pulling the damaged produce off the shelves, but I never knew what happened to it. I kind of assumed the worst, to be honest with you.
It's stuff you don't think about, and
Yeah.
it's just working behind the scenes. So it's a really encouraging story to do.